thankfully. Okay, we're ready.
Yes.
Okay, welcome everyone to the zoning board of adjustment ZBA meeting for October 19th. It is 7 p.m. and I'm calling the meeting to order. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Everybody stand up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Could I have please a roll call attendance, starting with Andre?
Sure. All here.
Cheryl here.
George here.
And Tracy Hardikoff here. Thank you all.
Madam Chair, did
Yes.
you want to appoint Andre as a full?
Oh,
voting
yes,
member?
thank you for reminding me of that. So Andre, we're going to appoint you tonight as a full voting member. Before us is a request for a continuance for the 7th or 8th time, I'm not sure, on 121-30-GR-22-BAR, owner Richard Townsend. The request for the continuation is for the application for a variance on Article 4, Section 411, Table 2, to allow setbacks from 2 road frontages, 18.7 and 27.3 from Hall Road and 27.3 and 21.8 from Rosemary Lane, where 40 is required, and 23.2 from the side where 30 is required on a 0.24 acre lot in the general residential zoning district. I don't have anyone here to speak in opposition or for the continuance, but I do have an
Do you
internal
want me to,
document. Yep, go
do you want me to
right
read it
ahead,
into the
please.
record, Madam Chairman?
Please
Okay.
read that into the record.
This, we received today, Wednesday, October 19th, 2022 at 10:20 a.m. from Mr. Richard Townsend, which is the applicant and owner. I will read into record his request for continuance. I don't know why the parties are not coming to an agreement and concluding the issues on Hall Road. I have a 100 by 100 lot that we have conceded to grant some footage to the butter, who is apparently is reluctant to sign any agreement. Please forward this message to the committee to extend another month, as alternative is to revert back to the 100 by 100 if we have to get into legal action, then removing footage from the abutter's driveway and then some. Mike, please make sure the committee understands that my lot trumps her lot, and it was created several years back before her lot was created. Although I want to dress up this lot this year for the community, I won't do any work until I know where things are going to be situated. I feel it is imperative that the committee understands my position and efforts and willingness to participate in the community issues with boundary lines, making everyone unconditionally certain that I have done everything in my power to date.
So clearly
From Richard
certain.
Townsend.
Yeah, clearly certain that, so making us aware that he's clearly certain he's done everything he could to date as he's requesting the continuance. Anyone have comments, questions, or concerns regarding this? Go ahead, George.
How many continuous to say was granted?
I think 7.
I'm sorry, say
The
again.
original application was,
Oh, the original application, I can tell you the
Yeah.
original date.
No, not the original date. What I'm looking for is how
First
many
meeting.
times they have granted a continuance.
Well, let's see. His application started, give me a moment here. February 14th, 2022 was the application. The first time he came before the board was in March,
Yeah.
Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. And it is now,
yeah, so this would be our
October.
8th if we continue.
mhm,
I would like to speak as a member. We have changed our bylaws since this was initially enacted or put before us. And my thoughts are we deny without prejudice and waive a reapplication fee, but not a remailing fee. And that we deny without prejudice because we would, in my opinion, never want to be looking at a variance that applied to former bylaws versus the current and new bylaws. Because it then would require us to keep track of the two. And so denying without prejudice and waiving is, I think it's $150.
waiving the application fee, but you would re-notice the abutters as well as
Yes.
advertise in the paper.
Yes.
So the applicant would be
That would not
responsible
have-
for those
yes.
costs.
Would not have to pay the $150 reapplication fee. I would recommend denying without prejudice so that all of the cases going forward are under the new bylaws.
No question about that. So do the new bylaws change, would they change his application as far as, it would change anything about the
It
application?
won't
No,
change.
it's the way that that the board
It will
operates.
change how the board will operate versus having to go back and revert back to formal.
Did you just make a
So I would like to make that motion unless there's further discussion. Yes, sir.
Does that mean that he will not have to pay the fee, but he will have to pay for the mail?
Correct.
The mailing and the advertisement for,
Okay.
That.
Yes, but not-
that is-
unless he comes-
Yes.
for a whole new application.
Okay, so the motion is to deny without prejudice, not continue, but also allow the individual only for this lot to refile and waive the $150.
It's absolutely reasonable.
Okay,
Sounds very
so
good.
we have a first and a second. Could I have a roll call vote on that, please?
Yes. Paul, I.
Caroline.
George, I.
And Tracy, I. Okay,
So Tracy motioned and then,
Cheryl
Cheryl seconded.
seconded. Yeah, thank you. And I think that's reasonable, and I think it both meets Mr. Townsend's needs and the board's needs of not having to volley back and forth.
That worked
Two
out.
sets of
well.
bylaws.
He clearly has to work something else out with the
Yeah.
abutter, because the abutter is not cooperating.
Yeah, they need to bring.
It's a lot of
the
civil
more
matter.
conservative- Yeah. Okay, next before you is the review and approval of minutes from the September 21st meeting. I reviewed them in detail and didn't see any changes. Did anyone have any changes?
I make a motion that we accept it.
Second,
Okay, I have a first and a second. Roll call vote, James Humphrey.
Yeah. Paul, I.
Caroline?
George,
Tracy, very good. Next in front of you is on page, well, John, I think it's 13, it could be 14, hang on. We have, since enacted and now have in place beginning tonight, the new bylaws. The state has made a change to how we approach our final decisions and the communication on that. The only thing that's been added to page 12 is that state law, so that we are abiding by the written decision and stating why we either approve or disapprove of one of the four types of cases that will come before us. And then the only other thing is, and I'm not sure why it's here, on page 14, something about formatting and right justifying.
oh, I might have like edited
Okay.
something. I may
So-
have put something in about training. I just want to see if I did that.
And then, that we would be reimbursed, that we could attend training available to us and that the town would pay for it. correct?
Right,
Yeah.
yes, that's it pursuant to changes in
So
the House Bill
Those are
1661.
changes on page 12, page 14, which was just a formatting issue, and page 15, if you'd all like to go to New Hampshire Municipal Association training, again. Motion to approve the changes to the bylaw?
make a motion to approve the bylaws.
Okay,
I'll second it.
and a second, could I have a roll call vote, please, beginning with Andrea?
Yes. Paul, I.
Caroline?
George, I.
And Tracy, aye. Motion carries. Any other business that needs to come before the board at this time?
Move for adjournment.
Oh, and I would second that. Roll call vote to adjourn, please, sir.
Andre, yes. Paul, I.
Caroline?
George, I.
And Tracy, aye. Thank you all for coming. That was 7:09. We did it. Very good. all. Thank you, everyone, for attending.